Does the red light has to come up? Oh, can you hear me now? Okay, cool. So yeah, you'll have to get used to sitting cross-legged, and I'll have to get used to this thing. So good morning. Welcome to Chandrakiri. I know that you might have had a session with Jen already, where she explained some of the things that we will be doing and how the retreat will look like. So thank you for being willing to come early and to be in silence in the mornings. Yeah, so probably you might understand the benefits of silence. Yeah, is it gives you the space, the head space, and the conducive environment to go more inwards. Yeah, so that's why we are doing silence in the mornings. Yeah, are you okay? All okay with that? Yeah, yeah. Yeah, I think it's pretty nice. Then at lunchtime we can talk and connect and see where we're at with things. Yeah. So I'm aware also that Jen gave an introduction of how to sit and the posture. What I'm thinking to do for this session is that we do a 10-minute meditation, just short meditation for this session, and then I would like to hear who you guys are, like a little bit of introduction, and I would like to introduce the practice as well. So what we will be doing. Yeah, can you hear me at the back? Well, okay. So let's do that. To begin with, let's just sit in a posture that we are comfortable with. So as Jen probably told you, it's really important to have our spine straight. The spine is gonna hold, your torso in a way that is comfortable to practice. And with the hands, you can, traditionally is the right on top of the left and the thumbs are touching. But if that's a little bit awkward with you, you can just do whatever you like with your hands. There's no fault of doing whatever you feel comfortable with your hands. And if you're sitting cross-legged, it also takes a while to get used to the posture. And particularly with your knees. But for now, let's just sit just for 10 minutes, and then we will talk a little bit more about the posture. So make sure your back is straight, your shoulders are back and down. You align your neck with your spine, so you might need to tuck in your chin slightly. And with the eyes, what I normally recommend people, beginners like us, is that you close your eyes, but then you allow them to open a little bit. So you're allowing some light to come through. So they're not completely closed and they're not completely open. If you close them completely, the danger is that you might fall asleep. If you open them completely, there's the danger that you might get distracted. So try that with your eyes. Close them and allow them to open a little bit. And you're gazing to the space in front of you. And then bring the mind inwards. Pull the mind into the sphere of the body. Become very present. within that presence, feel you are right here, sitting on your cushion or on your chair, inside this meditation hall, at Chandrakiri Meditation Center, here in Upper Muturi. So try to feel that you completely arrived here. You're here and nowhere else. So become familiarized with different sounds inside or outside the meditation hall. Become familiarized with any smells that you might recognize. Become familiarized and observe any tastes that you might have. Just observe. Move to becoming familiarized with any different shades of light that might be coming through your eyes while they are semi-closed and semi-opened. And then become familiarized with any tactile sensations that you might recognize throughout your whole body. Begin by those most gross ones, most easy to recognize, like the areas of your body that are touching the cushion or the chair and the ground. Your hands touching each other or your laps. Your spine holding your torso. The folding of your arms. And your torso holding your head. And like this, feeling fully present, let's continue by taking nice deep breaths. So the way that we are going to breathe is you breathing deeply from your nostrils, from your nose. You're breathing deeply. And you're trying to breathe into the lower part of your lungs. You breathe in And then you exhale, and when you exhale in a controlled and paused manner. And the exhalation is twice longer than the inhalation. So you breathe in deeply, you expand your abdomen, your rib cage, your lungs. And you exhale slowly. Inhale deeply. And with the exhalation, relax. You're not relaxing your posture, you're relaxing internally. With each exhalation, you relax deeper and deeper. Breathe in fully. Breathe out slowly. And this deep breathing is going to be a crucial and very important part of our retreat, so become very familiarized with it. Okay, and take a last deep breath. And then let's come back to the group. Okay, it's always good to stretch a little bit, after we sat. So Jen went through the schedule, yeah? Okay. So the sessions, the meditation sessions, I don't know if you noticed, they're all around 45 minutes. Yeah. So what I'm envisioning is that we will do 2 sessions of 20 minutes during those 45 minutes. You know what I mean? So we will do 20 minutes, and then you will have the opportunity to stand up and stretch, and stretch your legs and your knees and all that. And then we do another session of 20 minutes. Okay? So don't be worried, of like that you have to sit for 45 minutes straight. I mean, this session we will, because we're just going to introduce ourselves and all that, but you can sit relaxed, you don't have to have that kind of posture, so before I introduce the practice, I would like to hear a little bit about you guys, just maybe if you want to share your name and yeah, what brought you to this weekend? Yeah, anyone is courageous enough to start? You will all have to talk. So okay, cool.
My name is Michelle.
Michelle.
I live in Hokitika and have started kind of meditating regularly this year and finding a lot of calmness and peace through that, and just wanted to kind of expand that a little bit.
Cool. So where did you drive all the way?
Yes.
Wow, thank you. Did you have a good drive?
Yeah, it was good actually.
Okay.
People drove very safely and
Okay.
wasn't that much traffic, so it's good.
Brilliant. Thank you, Michelle. Thank you. So shall we go this way now that you begin?
Yep. My name's Dean.
I think.
I've lived in England for about 3 years now. I came over to Changakurti maybe a month ago.
Mm-hmm.
My girlfriend was on a herbalist course. I was sort of hanging around with my little son in the grounds, and I just really liked the energy and the vibe of the place, and then decided to come for a course here.
Cool. So this is your first course?
Yeah.
Oh, okay,
Yeah.
cool. I hope you like it. So are you British or where are you from?
Yeah.
Yeah.
England.
Okay, cool. Thank you, Dean.
On deck, I live in Nelson. I've been on again, off again meditating for a few years. I've been up here a few times. In the last few weeks, just found myself quite a cloudy mind. Yesterday, I looked up to see if there was anything wrong with the voice.
Oh, cool. So you're fresh from the oven, huh? Kind of thing. Yeah, cool. Okay, thank you, sir. Yeah.
Julia, I've studied as an external open abroad. I'm from Sweden, and now I'm traveling South Island. And I kind of wanted to be able to be more open while traveling. I'm always thinking ahead.
Yeah.
Planning for the next 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Which bus I should take.
Okay. Can you say your name again? Julia. Okay. Thank you, Julia.
My name is Lisa, and I'm over here.
Thank you. Thank you. Julia. Marilyn. Marilyn.
Michelle, not so good on my meditation, on again, off again, and it's really nice time to just be focused.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Jane, do you want to introduce yourself? Or? Thank you, Jane.
My name's Joss. I'm from Christchurch.
Oh.
I've been practicing Reiki for about the last 17 years. I have 3A, and the last year, 18 months, I feel like I've lost some of my discipline, and I'm begging for that. So this is to probably find in the peaceful.
Oh, cool. So you flew all the way as well?
Sorry?
You flew from Christchurch?
I drove from Christchurch.
Oh, you drove?
Yes.
Oh, wow. That's a big drive. Thank you. Oh, thank you. Very kind. Thank you for being here. Thank you. Good morning. Okay.
I struggle to meditate my life when the patients were quiet, the inner voice.
Yeah. Thank you. Thank you. Hi.
I live in Nelson. Got 2 children. I doing major reconstruction at the moment. I really want to look into that. I'm also a psychologist at Nelson Hospital, so I use mindfulness a lot with my patients, and I struggle to maintain my.
Yeah. Yeah, cool. Thank you, Sally. Thank you. Hi.
My name is Kim. I'm from England.
again, off again, meditate. I want to make it.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, thank you for being back. Thank you. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Callan. I'm from Greenwich, which is just out of Melbourne, living in Melbourne. I've been wanting to do something like this for years. I've got a pretty busy mind. I've got a stressful job and half turn off.
Yeah.
Half to sleep. Mind's just always racing. I wake up in the morning and mind starts going. So
Yeah.
just trying to calm everything down and sort of be busy.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, yeah.
Cool. Yeah, you are present. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Sylvia. I'm from New Zealand. I've been doing a lot of work on myself for the last 5 years. And as part of my training, I'm studying counselling and as well. I want to be able to talk to the trade. Yeah.
Yeah. Did you say Sophia?
Sylvia. Sylvia.
Sylvia. Okay. Okay. Thank you, Sylvia.
Morning, my name's Liz. I'm currently holding a medicator syndrome medication. I'm also really prone to the syndrome. I feel like it covers me.
Yeah. Cool. Thank you. Yeah.
Hi, I'm Samantha. Oh gosh, I think I'm typing. So I do because I like the energy here. I live in the church with me.
Yeah. Well done. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, sweetheart.
I'm Janice. Moved back to New Zealand after living in Australia for 21 years. I've been there 2 years now. New Zealand has always felt like my first time. This is my first time on
Okay. Oh, cool. Thank you.
and I'm currently working in Miami, close to Melbourne. And I'm an eternal student of mindfulness. And it's lovely to be next translation.
Thank you, Anne. Thank you. Oh, cool.
I like yoga, like to do meditation. So yes, I like to do
Cool. Thank you.
Yeah, I'm Nikolai. I'm from Germany, and I'm a volunteer here. And I stayed here for the last 2 weeks, and I really like this place here and this energy, and I'm really interested in meditation here.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you for helping us too. He's been very helpful. Yeah. Yeah. So do you know that Saya also lives in Ruby Bay? You still have your organic? Oh, okay, okay, okay. Good. So I guess I'll introduce myself a little bit, even though you said something about me today or something. Okay, I hope I don't double. What did you say? Shall I start from the beginning? Okay, so yeah, so I'm Kadra, and yeah, my accent is from all over the place, so people find it very hard to sort me out with my accent because my parents are European, but I was born in Venezuela which is the top of South America, and then we moved to Argentina, which is the south of South America, and then we emigrated a few times between these two countries. You know, like my childhood and my youth adulthood, my young adulthood, and then I emigrated to New Zealand 15 years ago, and I've been a little bit all over the place, but I ended up here. I ended up being a volunteer here. I came for 15 days and I stayed for 2 years. And I learned a lot here. So and then I did some work in Auckland. I was the manager of a Buddhist hospice there. Hospice work is very close to my heart too. We did some work with Anne as well around that. And then, I started running, mindfulness courses, maybe 10 years ago or so. I also work with another project called the 16 Islands, which is like 16 universal values, that promoting like more secular ethics. I've done some work with that too. And then I was offered to work here at Chandrakiri, so I came back after some years and doing the program, the spiritual program, where I met I met Kath, and then I met Saya there too. And then I was asked to by my teacher, so Lama Zopa Rinpoche, which okay, so that black and white photo up there, the Lama to the left, that's Lama Zopa Rinpoche. So Chandrakiri meditation is part of this big organization, and Lama Zopa Rinpoche studied that organization, and he's my teacher. He proposed me to go to India and work in India for a little while in a center there in Bodh Gaya, which is where the Buddha is said to manifest enlightenment there in Bodh Gaya. So I worked there. I was very busy and all that. And then 2 years ago, I was suggested to by my teacher to go to Nepal, particularly to the Himalayas. There's a very remote, very remote, very high and remote cave there that he used in this life, and his previous reincarnation used as well. So I've been hanging out there. It's a very beautiful, amazing, powerful place to practice. And because in Nepal they only give you like 5 months visas, you don't have to get out and then in and out. So like that, I go to India and I give courses, or this time I stopped over in Australia and then here, and then I just have to sort out, like where I can go for the time being between my visas in Nepal. So for me, I'm very happy to be here again. I haven't been to Chandrakiri for the last 4 years since I left. Because it's kind of my spiritual family, it's nice to be back and reconnect with people and to share these, these very powerful and practical tool that is mindfulness. Yeah. So so that's a little bit about me. So regarding the practice, regarding the retreat, we are going to be using for today 2 very obvious objects. Yeah. So when we talked about meditation, we talked about objects to be used. Yeah, objects that we focus on. Yeah. So meditation. So what is meditation? That's a question that I'm asking the group. What is meditation? Again, please. That's maybe a byproduct of it. Yeah. But what is actually meditation? Louder so they can hear. Yeah, it's a familiarization. Yeah. But not doesn't necessarily have to be of your mind. Yeah. So you're familiarizing with something. Yeah. So meditation is familiarization with an object. Yeah. So the mind could be an object. Yeah. But for example, today we're going to try to familiarize with the breath, and that's going to be our object. Yeah. So with meditation, what is meditation? It's good to know. Yeah. Most of you said, oh, I'm done this, I'm done that, I'm in and on, in and off, or with my meditation. So it's good to know what it is. So meditation is the familiarization with an object. Yeah, familiarization with an object, and normally with a virtuous object. Yeah, so you're not trying to familiarize with how to make guns. You're trying to familiarize with a virtuous object. Yeah, so objects can be, the means for that familiarization. Yeah. So, for example, for today we're going to use two objects. Yeah, which are we're going to start to trying to familiarize with the abdomen. Is going to be our first object, the abdomen. Yeah, try to bring the mind to focus on the movements on our abdomen while we breathe, and then we're going to move to a more subtle object, which are the nostrils. Yeah. Yes. Okay. So that's going to be our two main objects for today. From tomorrow, we're going to use the object of the nostrils, and then we're going to move into the mind itself, just looking at the mind itself. Yeah, what we call awareness of awareness. Yeah. So yeah, I think we have somebody having a little party. Yeah, a little, probably a rat. Yeah. Yeah, we will have to get familiar with that too. Yeah, so at the beginning we're like this. Yeah, so if she or he, I don't know, might come in and out, and it's just something else that is going on that we'll have to work that it doesn't distract us. Yeah, okay. So so with this familiarization of the breath, yeah. So the breath, for the breath we're going to use the abdomen. Yeah, so is while we're breathing, our abdomen will move, so we're trying to focus the mind on that movement. Yeah, and then we're trying to familiarize with the movement or the sensations at the nostrils while we breathe in and out. Yeah, so why you think that we're using these objects to start with?
All the time.
Because we do them all the time. We have them there. It's there. Yeah, it's there all the time. Okay. So why is it that we're trying to familiarize with these objects that we use them all? Like, is because they're there all the time? Okay, but why is it that we try to familiarize with something that is there all the time? We can do it anywhere. Yeah, it's there. We don't have to. So with these, we become quite independent with our practice. We don't rely on anything else. Anywhere that you are, you can focus. Yeah, you can focus. Okay. So what are we trying to do? Yeah. So when we say, okay, we're trying to focus. So what is it that we're trying to do? Yeah. Yeah. So we're trying to work with our minds. We're trying to control our minds. Yeah. That's what we're trying to do with this particular retreat. Yeah. So as most of you probably have the experience, including myself, our minds are quite how to say, like fragmented. Do you understand that word? Like fragmented, like you are in a place, you're physically in a place trying to do something, but your mind is thinking about, the dishes and the grandmother and the children if you have, or the work, and it's always, it's like you are here, but your mind is fragmented. Yeah, it's like what we call the monkey mind, jumping from this to, to this to that to this to that. So using these objects of first, for example, the abdomen, what we're trying to do is we're trying to train the mind to remain in one place, in one object of your choice. That's what we will try to do. So the mind will go and we try to bring it back, and the mind will go and we will try to bring it back, and that's a practice. That's a training. Yeah, it's like what we're trying to do is we're trying to educate the mind to remain in an object, yeah, without being so dispersed. Yeah, so is that what you came here to do? Okay, cool. So we are kind of like heading in the right direction. Okay, cool. Okay, and having said that, even though it sounds, it sounds like, oh yeah, uh, it will require, training. This practice requires big familiarization to be able to actually see some fruition to it. Yeah. So you might have come here, wanting peace of mind and all that. I'm not sure if that will happen. Yeah. Because for that to actually happen, you need thorough familiarization. So maybe what we can do is just let go of any expectations that you might have. Yeah. Because I'm telling you, at the beginning, it's hard. The mind will go, and you come back, and then you'll think that you're crazy. You're not crazy. It's just that we lack the familiarization with the practice, and the practice requires time. Yeah, it requires time. So let go of any expectations of this and that, or good or bad, or whatever you have. Just try to kind of completely get rid of all that, and just be open to whatever happens to you during this weekend. Do you see what I mean? Because that practice to give you that peace of mind is not something that you can do on a weekend. It's something that you get the introduction to it, you get familiarized, and then it's something that you will have to continue on your own. Yeah. And every now and then you can have top ups. You can come to Chanrakit and you have your top up, But it's a bit like that. This practice requires practice, training, time. Yeah. So just see it as a beginning of hopefully a wonderful journey, kind of like that, But if you think that by tomorrow you will be like, oh my goodness, this is great, it's not like that. Yeah. Just try to let go of anything. Try to be quite present with whatever happens, and just try to follow the practice as best as you can. I'm going to guide you through. So the meditations will be guided, but more and more, since while we progress on the practice, I'm going to talk less and less and less. So you will have to, I want to give you the opportunity, and I want to empower you to also know what to do. So by the end of the retreat, hopefully you will have a really good structure of what to do and how to do it. Yeah. So hopefully by the end of the retreat, maybe on Monday, you can start sitting on your own. Yeah. That's what I like to do, is to empower you to do that, rather than always depending on someone else. Yeah. Of course, here and now and then you might need a little bit of inspiration and all that, but that's the idea. You come here, you learn, we do what we can, and then you go back home, and hopefully you will continue. If you really, really think that this weekend benefited you, then you can continue on your own. Yeah. Okay. So then from tomorrow, we will, so the abdomen is quite a tangible object. Yeah, the abdomen moving, the abdomen moves naturally when we breathe in and out, and it's quite tangible. So we're going to start with what we call a gross, yeah, you know that word, yeah, tangible, gross, yeah, with substance, yeah, object. And then we will move to a more subtle object. Yeah, you know that word, subtle, yeah, more refined, yeah, object, yeah, which is the nostrils, yeah, the sensations as your nostrils. So you see, we're going to start, because our minds at the beginning will be a little bit like all over the place, so we will do a lot of grounding work. Yeah, trying to build up the foundations first. Yeah. And then we will move to the nostrils, yeah, a little bit more subtle, yeah, today and then tomorrow. Yeah, the object is smaller, the sensations are more difficult to cognize. And then tomorrow as well, I will introduce you to the practice of awareness of awareness. Have you heard about this practice before? No? Yes? Yeah? No? I did mention a little bit just before what it was. Any ideas of what we might be doing? You do that all the time. That's a practice of mindfulness. Yeah, mindfulness is the ability to focus on an object without distraction or forgetfulness. Yeah, so that's what you're doing. Mindfulness is you're looking inside. or you also can be mindful of external objects. We will talk about that also. Yeah. But what do you think is this practice of awareness of awareness? What we will be doing? Yes, the external observer is there always switched on too. Yeah, you're observing. You're observing what your mind is doing while you're trying to focus on an object. Yeah. But particularly with this practice, what are we observing? So if we're not observing the movements at our abdomen, and we're not observing the sensations at our nostrils, and the practice is called awareness of awareness, what do you think is your object? Your mind. Yeah. So we will try to look at the mind, just your mind, just your mind. You know, I mean, we will talk about what the mind is, of course, tomorrow. Um, but is, or maybe today, I'll see how we go. But is, how your mind looks like when it's free from thoughts, idea, mental processes, mental fabrications, projections, plannings, and trying to sort out the past. How does your mind look like without any of its internal objects? All those are internal objects of the mind. So it's like that. We have probably, I don't know you guys, but normally, we have been just familiarized with the objects of the mind, internal objects of the mind, not the mind itself. So I'd like to introduce you how your mind looks like when it's just, being just the mind. Are you getting it? Have you ever looked at your mind? Do you have a mind? You have? Have you ever looked at it without any of this stuff going on? Oh. Are you interested of looking at it? So that's what I would like to try to show you. I'd like to introduce you to your mind. Yeah? And for that, we have a little bit work to do. Yeah? So first, we're going to use the abdomen, the nostrils, and then we're going to move on into this more subtle object. Yeah, more subtle object, which is just the mind. And it's the most, it's an advanced practice, but I'd like you to try it out. Yeah, some people get it, some people get it and understand it. So I try to guide you as clearly as I can. Yeah, and why is a more advanced practice is because you don't have a tangible object. The mind is in the nature of awareness. Yeah, the mind is synonymous with consciousness, awareness. Yeah, yeah. So it's just how your mind looks like without any internal objects. So the mind can become familiarized with external objects. You can engage with external objects, which we are doing it all the time. Yeah, would you agree with that? We're continually in contact with external objects. Yeah. Well, now we're going to become familiarized not only with the internal objects of the mind, but just the mind itself. Yeah. Okay. Okay. So that's a little bit how the retreat would look like. So I wanted to do a little bit of introduction with the sessions. I'm wondering, Jen, if there could be. I mean, I rang the bell before this session, but I guess if we could have someone ringing the bell before each. Ah, okay. So Nicola is gonna ring the bell 5 minutes before each session? Yeah. So it's good to be punctual, like on time, because not only you might miss things that I have said, but also it distracts people if we are late because we're trying to meditate, and it's kind of difficult already. So if we can be punctual here, that would be great. And then with the sessions, there are extra, when we come back, we're going to start with meditation session. If you think that your knees might get sore, you might want to put there's some extra cushions at the back, and you might want to put cushions underneath your knees, under your knees, yeah, to help your posture. Yeah. Okay, any questions so far? Yeah, we're clear for now? Okay. If you have any questions, I just want to just to make sure that the introduction was clear. But if you have any questions, you can also, after the session, you can write them out, write them down, and then we will have a Q&A. Yeah. So we will go through. We will have also meditation session there, and then we will open it to questions and more explanations about things. Yeah. But yeah, it's good to be to do some kind of self-inquiry now that you have the conducive environment to go inwards and to talk about things. Yeah, this is the place to talk about these questions that you might have, or regarding to your practice, to your mind, to your life and your mind. Yeah. Okay. So we will break for now, and we come back at quarter past 10. Was that right? Yeah. And there's a tea break, and people know where to go for the tea break. Down to the house, the main house, and outside there's an urn and tea and all that. Okay. Yeah. So people know where to go. People know. Do you guys know where to go to the yoga? No? You know where to go? Down. Yeah. Okay, so if you have the main house, you enter, you park, here's the car park, and you park, and there's the main house, and then it's a building that is just behind it, upstairs. Yeah? You all know where it is? Okay. And then we'll see you back here at, what time was it? 11:15. Okay, and then we have the bell going. Okay. Okay, thank you guys.